Good afternoon, I'm Raylene Ramsey. This is your afternoon news fix for Monday, the 26th of May. The Finance Minister's shrugging off Green Party accusations her budget has a $750 million hole. Chloe Swarbrick's pointed out the lack of explicit funding to cover increasing civil servants' KiwiSaver contribution over time to 4%. Nicola Willis says they're still calculating that figure, but it'll be in next year's budget.
We will now be working with individual government agencies to identify what potential costs they could face in order to meet these new KiwiSaver requirements.
Meanwhile, Willis says a People's Committee won't change the fact pay equity laws have already passed. The legislation raising the bar for claims and cancelling many underway passed under urgency this month, meaning it didn't go through consultation. Former National MP Marilyn Waring has assembled 10 former parliamentarians who'll examine the legislation as done in Parliament under usual conditions. Willis says they're free to do that.
People are free to share their views on it and to have debate, but the government has already made up its mind on this issue.
Farmers are sounding the alarm, warning the sheep industry is collapsing. Numbers have declined from 70 million just over 40 years ago to 25 million today. Farmers say carbon farming is the main factor reducing productive farmland. Federated Farmers Meat and Wool Chair Toby Williams says the industry needs support now.
It's up to the government to make some changes. Otherwise, we run the risk of not having a sheep industry anymore.
Greyhound New Zealand claims the government's greyhound racing ban broke fundamental laws. The racing minister announced plans in November to wind down the sport, giving the industry 20 months to transition. Lachlan Rennie reports.
CEO Edward Vernell says they're applying for a judicial review to expose inadequate informing, preparing and consulting by the government. He says laws impacting livelihoods must be extremely well articulated and evidenced. The organisation's also applying for a court order to stop the Crown working on the ban during the judicial review.
A person has life-threatening injuries after a 3-vehicle crash on State Highway 1 at Taihape in Manawatu, Whanganui. Nelson will have a temporary inpatient unit as its new hospital inpatient build is brought forward 2 years to 2029. It comes under the Budget 2025 health package. Within the next year, a temporary transportable site will be up. Health Minister Simeon Brown admits there aren't enough beds now.
This will ensure that there's beds going into the future, but also having this modular unit put in place even sooner will mean we can grow that capacity in the short term.
To sport, and fit again, Billy Proctor feels he's getting back to his best, just as the Hurricanes head for the Super Rugby playoffs. The two Test All Blacks midfielders played 5 games since returning from an Achilles injury. Racing Bulls team boss Laurent Mackenzie is lavishing praise on Liam Lawson after he produced the best result of his Formula One career. And the Knicks have rallied from 20 points down to beat the Pacers 106-100 in Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Finals in basketball's NBA. That is your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update tomorrow morning from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.